Emotional hardcore, commonly known as emo or emocore, is more than just a genre. It's a deeply expressive movement that fuses the intensity of hardcore punk with a heightened sense of emotional vulnerability. Born in the mid-1980s from the hardcore punk scene in Washington, D.C., emocore took the aggression of punk and injected it with raw, unfiltered feelings. The result was music that screamed with intensity, but also carried a deep emotional weight, making it a perfect outlet for frustration, longing, and self-reflection. Emo's origins can be traced back to bands like Rites of Spring and Embrace, both of which were central to the Washington, D.C. hardcore scene. Rites of Spring, fronted by Guy Picciotto, redefined what punk could be by replacing the genre's usual political anger with deeply personal lyrics about love, loss, and self-doubt. Their sound was still aggressive and fast-paced, but it carried a new level of vulnerability that hardcore had never seen before. Ian MacKaye, who had already made a name for himself in Minor Threat, took a similar approach with Embrace, helping solidify emo as a distinct subgenre of hardcore punk. As emocore gained traction, the 90s saw an explosion of bands that expanded its sound and reach. Sunny Day Real Estate is often credited with shaping second-wave emo, bringing a more melodic and introspective style with albums like Diary and LP2. Meanwhile, Texas is the Reason, The Promise Ring, and Mineral infused emo with indie rock sensibilities, creating a softer, more atmospheric sound that would define much of the genre's evolution. By the early 2000s, emo had splintered into multiple directions, with some bands embracing pop-punk influences while others retained the genre's hardcore roots. Bands like Thursday and Taking Back Sunday took emocore's passion and pushed it into the mainstream, delivering anthems that combined confessional lyrics with explosive, cathartic instrumentals. Meanwhile, My Chemical Romance, with their theatrical approach, turned emo into a full-fledged cultural phenomenon, blending dark storytelling with punk energy. Post-hardcore bands like Underoath and Sausen leaned into emocore's heavier side, incorporating screamed vocals and intricate guitar work, while still maintaining the genre's emotional depth. On the other end of the spectrum, Dashboard Confessional stripped emo down to its rawest form, with Chris Caraba's acoustic ballads capturing heartbreak in a way that resonated with an entire generation. The success of bands like Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, and Paramore in the mid-2000s helped emo cross over into mainstream rock, but also blurred the lines between pop-punk and emocore. While purists may argue about what constitutes real emo, there's no denying that the genre's influence has reached far beyond its underground roots. Even bands that don't fit neatly into the emocore category, such as Brand New and Jimmy Eat World, have contributed significantly to the genre's evolution. Though the mid-2010s saw a decline in mainstream emo, the genre never truly disappeared. A new wave of bands, such as La Dispute, Touche Amore, and The Hotelier, revitalized the scene with a return to emo's hardcore roots, incorporating spoken-word elements and intricate, storytelling-driven lyrics. The emo revival movement has proven that the genre's emotional honesty and raw intensity still have a place in modern music. Today, emocore continues to thrive in underground scenes, DIY venues, and online communities. Whether through nostalgic reunions of classic bands or the emergence of new artists pushing the genre forward, emotional hardcore remains a testament to the power of music as an outlet for self-expression. The legacy of emo isn't just about the sound, it's about the connection it creates between artists and listeners, a shared experience of catharsis, passion, and understanding. Emo isn't just music, it's a way of feeling, a way of processing life's highs and lows, and for many, it's a lifeline that reminds them they're not alone.